In alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Today is the last lecture of the series on guarding the tongue, guarding against the sins of the tongue. And again, I really hope that everyone walks away from this series a better, stronger person, a better, stronger Muslim. Because the number one reason why most of us are going to end up in the hellfire is because we could not control our tongue. So many of us fall victim to backbiting, slander, gossiping, carrying rumors, and all of that. These things are horrible because they impinge on that principle. Remember, whenever two Muslims come in contact with each other, there's two principles that has to be adhered to. The one being that my honor, my property, or my life are sacred. When you attack a person's character, when you attack a person's reputation, you're just attacking their honor. And this is the same as killing them. And the sin is so severe that as to repent from it, not only must you confess or own up to what you've done to that person, but you have to go to everybody that you talked badly about that person to and let them know that you were wrong for doing that, you were an idiot for doing that, and everything else. And it only serves you right because you destroyed that person's integrity and everything else. So it's only fair that yours be destroyed now. So that's how serious a crime, a sin that is. So I really hope you guys can see the seriousness of it and walk away from this series better Muslims. And today I want to end the series by speaking about how to protect from gossip. What do you do? What do you do when someone comes to you with gossip? Well, listen to what Imam Abu Hamid al-Ghazali said. He said, for the most part, gossip is attributed to the one who takes the statement of a person about another individual and relates it back to that individual that is being spoken about. An example of this is when someone says that person said such and such and such a thing about you. However, gossiping is not just limited to that example. Anytime you expose that which a person hates to have exposed to others, this is gossiping. You're telling people things about me that I don't want other people to know. You are gossiping about me. Even if I did say something that, you shouldn't go back and tell other people that I said it. Okay? So gossiping is broad. Many examples of it. And it's very, very dangerous because you end up hurting a person's honor and you end up conveying it all over to millions of people, and people may think this about a person and it may not be true. Gossip is dangerous. And also, gossip is not just done with the tongue, especially nowadays. We do it all the time on social media by writing. You put something on Facebook, you make a Facebook page about a person, revealing or exposing things about that person that they wouldn't want exposed. That's gossip. And again, whether it's true or not, if the person doesn't want others to know, it is gossip. So gossip is to spread what is supposed to be private and destroy the concealment of what a person hates to have exposed. It's very dangerous. It's very hurtful. And that's why it's such a serious sin in Islam. Okay? So, what do you do? What do you do if a person comes to you with gossip? Well, there are 6 things or 6 steps that we should follow if a person approaches you with gossip. And you are obligated to do all 6 of these things. Okay? Remember, we talked about how we're not obligated to forgive a person who has gossiped against us, but we are obligated to try to stop the gossip. And what are these steps? The first step is, number 1, if a person comes to you with news about another person, you are not to believe it. You are not to believe it. Especially if the person that's bringing you the news is known as being a gossiping person or an evil person. Example, Sister Mariam. Sister Mariam is known for being a gossiper. So she comes to you one day, she sees you in the store, she says, hey, you hear what happened to Sister Amira? You stop her. I don't even want to hear it. Mariam is known for being a gossiper. She's known for telling other people's business, so you are supposed to stop it and not even listen to her. And that's based on the following evidence. Allah tells us in the Quran, in the interpretation, the meaning, if an evil person comes to you with news, verify it. Otherwise, you may end up harming someone without realizing it. And afterwards, you will end up regretting what you've done. So you stop her and not believe it. I'm not going to believe anything that Mariam tells me, because she's known for running her mouth and lying on people and causing problems. She's jealous of other women. I don't care to hear it. I'm not going to believe anything that comes out of her mouth. So the first thing is, don't believe whatever that person tells you. If the person is a known troublemaker, the person is a known evil person, don't believe nothing they say. And then the second step is, you then advise that person to stop spreading rumors. So those are the first 2 steps. You're in the grocery store. Here comes Sister Mariam. Hey, Salaam Alaikum. How are you? Girl, did you hear what happened with Brother Abdullah? Stop. I don't want to hear it. Well, let me tell you, you know, he killed his wife last night. I don't want to hear it. I don't believe it. Mariam, you tell her, I don't believe anything that come out of your mouth, Mariam, because you always got nothing but bad things to say about people. And then you tell her, stop, shut up, stop telling me, I don't want to hear it. Remind her, gossiping is bad. Stop saying bad things about people. So those are the first 2 steps. And then you must hate the gossiper for the sake of Allah. Hate her for what she's doing. I hate the fact that Mariam is all rumors. Remember, when we hate for the sake of Allah, this is not a personal hate. I'm hating because I'm hating you for doing something that Allah hates, which is gossiping. So that's the third step. You have to hate the fact that Mariam even came to you with this nonsense. And then the fourth step is, you must not allow evil thoughts to enter into your mind about that person that she was trying to tell you about. Because remember, Allah says in the Quran, avoid suspicion. So after you hate for the sake of Allah the fact that she came to you, say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Say, oh Allah, keep my thoughts good about Brother Abdullah. Don't allow these bad thoughts to come into my heart about Brother Abdullah. And then the fifth step is, you must not allow whatever Mariam said to cause you to go spy or investigate further. And this is where a lot of Muslims lose it. I know a lot of sisters, somebody comes to them, a known troublemaker, a known gossiper, comes to them and tells them, did you hear what happened with Brother Abdullah and his wife yesterday? I don't want to hear it. I don't believe it. What happened? He killed her. Girl, you kidding. I don't believe it, but I'm going to go find out if it's true. I'm going to go find out if it's true. What are you finding out if it's true for? You're not supposed to investigate it any further. He says, do not spy on one another. So now you want to go around asking questions about Brother Abdullah and his wife. You ain't, whatever goes on with Abdullah and his wife ain't none of your business. Well, I just want to investigate because Mariam said, who the heck is Mariam? She's a liar. She's a known troublemaker. She's a known scandalmonger. So what are you investigating? What difference does it make to you if it's true or not? Remember, you're supposed to be brothers in Islam, not go around trying to reveal them. And then finally, you should not report that gossip to anyone. You ask Allah to keep your heart free of becoming filled with suspicion about what she said. And then don't mention what she said to anyone. Don't go saying, guess what Mariam said? She told me this. No, let it go. Pretend like it never happened. Those are the 6 steps that we are supposed to follow. If we followed those 6 steps, we wouldn't have gossiping going on like it is. But unfortunately, we can't make it past the 4th one. So many of us are busy, I got to find out if it's true, because we're nosy. It's the nature of the human being to want to feel superior over others. So we want to go investigate and get in people's business. We have a hadith, whereas once a man went to Umar ibn Abdul Aziz and he said something to him about another person. So Umar ibn Abdul Aziz told him, he said, if you want, we shall investigate what you've said. But if you're lying, then you are one of those who fall in the category. He says if a wicked person comes to you with news, then verify it. And if you are telling the truth, and if none can overlook and if not, we can overlook the matter. So in other words, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he was letting them know, because he was the caliph at the time. Umar was the caliph. He said, you're coming to me telling me something bad about another person. I will investigate it, but if I find out that what you said is the truth, okay. But if I find out that you are lying, then we will not be able to overlook the fact that you lied on that person. You will fall in the category of being a slanderer, and then you have to be punished as such. When Umar told the man, that the man said, okay, forget it. Just let it go. I'll never mention it again. Subhanallah. And Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he was the grandson of Umar. And he was, okay. So here we can see, guys, you know, you're putting yourself in a heck of a situation. You want to go around saying bad things about another person. If we would stop them the same way Umar stopped this man here, then so many of us wouldn't be hurt by the sins of the tongue. So thus, guys, gossiping is a horrendous sin, just like backbiting and slander is. As Muslims, we have to understand that all of these sins end up having us give up all of our good deeds to the victims on the day of judgment. We also have to remember Allah will punish the person guilty of these sins in this world as well in the hereafter. A lot of Muslims wonder, why is it that their lives are so miserable? Well, how many Muslims have you killed today with your tongue? You want to know why you can't get pregnant? Why you can't find a husband? Why come nothing good ever happens to you in your life? Why come your kids are bad and everybody else's are good? Well, ask yourself, how many people have you killed with your tongue? How many sins have you fallen victim to with your tongue? Okay, Allah will punish you in this world for this, and He will punish you in the hereafter. And finally, guys, being that we are all humans, it is so easy for each and every one of us to fall victim to the tongue. The only way we can keep ourselves from falling victim is by making dua, asking Allah to keep us, prevent us from falling victim. So we need to get in the habit of making dua on a regular basis, asking Allah to give us the strength to guard our tongue. Because without His help, we will not be able to overcome this horrendous sin. Okay? All right. We'll stop right here for today. Tomorrow I'm going to give you a final exam to cover what we've talked about, the sins of the tongue. Like, again, I really hope each and every one of you will walk away from this class a stronger, better Muslim, a stronger, better person with more of your good deeds in your favor. Because again, most of us are losing our deeds every day because of that tongue. So we'll stop right